always me that has to flush Millie's poo away.
In the last episode, we returned to the island of Phiphi, where we were rammed by a local barge. Jamie and Alicia take a longtail ride into town to chat to police, but leave thinking nothing could come of reporting it. They return to American McGee's boat, Synchronicity, for some sundowners instead.
Okay, Alicia.
All right.
What are we up to today?
We're going back to the police station. There's a meeting to commence at 9 o'clock and we're hoping for some really good news. And I've got to go get ice in this awful styrofoam box. I'm not a fan of styrofoam.
That's not your shopping bag,
or plastic. It's not my shopping bag. Grab some Thai pants for Liz and stock up on some fruit for our next journey.
Which is what?
We're heading to, is it called 5 Islands?
5 Islands, yeah.
5 Islands. And then if it's stormy and crazy, maybe we'll run away to Lanta. But yeah, here goes for me. It's day 3 sailing with these wonderful people. So here goes.
Right, let's do it. Let's find a longtail.
Yes.
It's now 2 days since the accident. Yesterday, Jamie and Alicia made some initial inquiries at the police station in Phiphi town centre. They left expecting nothing more of it, but when they returned to Esper, I'd already received a telephone call from the officer in charge. We were invited back the following morning for a meeting with, apparently, the skipper of the barge that had rammed Esper. Once again, Jamie and Alicia hunt down a longtail from the northeast corner where we are anchored and take the picturesque trip around the north tip of the island and down into the northern bay that is too shallow for decent anchoring.
Okay, Phiphi police station, it's 9 o'clock and one of the officers has gone to get the skipper of the other boat that was involved in the crash, so we're going to wait for him to come over and have a little chat. Meanwhile, Alicia's going to go off and do some shopping, aren't you?
Yes, I am.
What are you buying us?
We're gonna get some mangosteen, Liz's favorite fruit.
Yeah.
Some leeks, some ginger. Gonna find some ice eventually. Yeah.
Baggy trousers.
And some baggy trousers.
So here we are in the police station. This is the captain. Hello, captain of the boat, and his friend. We're just sitting around, drinking coffee, smoking cigarettes, and I think we're waiting for someone who can speak English to come and translate.
After 5 cups of coffee, our translator, whose nickname is What, arrives.
Okay, my name is Pumipat Puti Penjapong. Yeah, my short name is What. Oh, you can call me whatever.
Yeah.
I'm translator.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what's the situation here?
The thing is like they have 2 ways to fix that. Once that he give you some money to repay the boat, and second, if you have no money to pay, you have to make a report to the police and going to the court. Okay, and after that, the judgment gonna make a decision. What gonna happen? How much they're gonna pay you back? Something like that. Mm-hmm. Okay, so now it's deal between you and him first.
So it's better that we talk together rather than going through the courts and the paperwork, and so we're saying it's better this way.
Yeah, it's a better way to do on this way, because if you go into the courts, you're gonna lose your time, a lot of time.
We're gonna lose time. It'll be a problem for me, problem for him.
Yeah, no, it's not gonna be a problem for. Yeah, gonna be a little bit problem for you. For you is the time. Yeah, the time. And for me, is he have no money to pay you back, he go to jail.
Right.
Yeah, right. So if you have little money, so under the Thai law, when the court checks, okay, how much salary he got, and then he don't have enough money to pay you, so he can decide to pay per month, something like that. Take time, so we just take some things like fixed money and maybe half of it or something like that. So you not wait your time, so it's a better way for you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, and so he can't afford to pay what I think the estimate is. So now we have come up with a compromise.
Yeah, we have to make a deal.
We're trying to make a deal.
Yeah.
And now he's talking to his boss.
Yeah, he's talking to his boss.
Okay, day. Lots of sitting around, smoking cigarettes, drinking coffee, and even flirting with a couple of American tourists who came in to report their lost luggage. Not me flirting, I have to add, but my interpreter, Watt, who's sitting up there. The first thing is that the skipper has actually admitted that it was his fault. There were a few false high hopes where they seemed to accept the amount of money that I said was worth in damages. We emailed the pictures to the skipper's boss, who's in Krabi, and unfortunately he's turned around and said, it's not my fault. This now means that the skipper himself has to pay. We've had to come to some kind of compromise. Unfortunately, I lose out. But he has agreed a sum, and what we're doing now is we're getting bank details from a friend in Thailand, and he's going to be paying installments every month. If he defaults on those installments, then the police here will arrest him for that. What we're trying to do is actually get an upfront sum payment, some of the money. So, believe it or not, the skipper has actually asked to borrow some money off the chief of police here. The chief of police is there with his wallet getting some money out. So anyway, they're just doing the paperwork now, and we'll see what occurs. But if we can walk away today with some cash and an agreement that he'll pay the rest in installments, then that's a lot better than I was expecting.
An agreement has been made with the skipper of the boat. He'll pay 5 installments over 5 months and put down a down payment.
Okay, so Jamie, we know the story hasn't finished yet and there will be more to tell in future episodes, but you wanted to stop here and just give a few words to everybody about the cost and the financial side of this whole escapade.
Well, it was a bit more than that. It wasn't just a breakdown of the figures. It was to make clear the situation between us and the skipper and within the context of what happened within the accident itself. Because what we found out afterwards was that the skipper had a problem with the gearbox and he wasn't able to put it into a stern. I explained this in the last episode. Unfortunately, when he phoned through, and you saw him just a moment ago in a clip just then, phoning through to the owner of the boat, based in Krabi, and the owner refused to have anything to do with it. We later found out, shortly after the accident, when we got hauled out in PSS, which will happen in a future episode, meanwhile, they got hauled out in Krabi and fixed their gearbox, or they got their gearbox sorted. So it really genuinely was not the skipper's fault. So that's the context of the accident. The numbers that we came up with, well, it was difficult to tell at the time. We thought the porter boat, our folding dinghy, had been completely written off. And of course there was all the stainless work. So I plucked a figure out of the air to start, negotiating with the police and the skipper. As it turned out, the cost was less than that. And we'll come on to that in more detail in the future episodes when we finish this story completely. But the important thing is that the skipper held his hand up, in all fairness, straight away and said it was his fault, or the boat's fault, and also agreed to pay back the damages as well. And we thought that was very honourable of him. His monthly salary would have been approximately between 12 and 15,000 baht a month, and we had agreed that he would pay back 10,000 baht a month for a number of months. Now, it doesn't take a genius to work out that that would have left him very short of pocket. So, after we got to PSS and we found that we didn't have as much damage as we expected, we decided to waive half of what he was going to pay us. Had he had paid us the full amount, it would have actually covered the cost of the repairs. But we felt a bit bad because he was very honest, and for him it was a very, very expensive accident, and we were a little bit frustrated that the owner didn't step in and take some responsibility about that. So when we returned to PP, we had a chat with one of the restaurateurs that evening, who phoned through to the skipper to tell him that we were going to cut short what he owed us.
I think he was pretty happy, wasn't he?
He was, yeah. And so, sorry, that was the point. was that this restaurateur phoned through to him, and she had a very good relationship. She'd known him for years and years. She herself was extremely happy that we said that we would do this, and I could hear him on the other end of the phone literally sighing with relief over the phone. So I think for us, we felt like it was the right thing to do. We like to think that it maintains a good relationship between us, the Farangs, travelling around in our boats, and the local people here.
Satisfied with our agreement with the skipper, it's time to weigh anchor and head south. In this clip, recorded as we head down the east side of Phiphi, Jamie explains that we are now sailing in flotilla, with American and Alicia on Synchronicity behind us. We monitor 2 channels on the VHF, the usual channel 16 and also channel 08, so we can communicate between each other. Jamie makes the important point that despite our initial visit to Phiphi in the busy southern anchorage of Ton Sai Bay, and despite the events of the last couple of days, Phiphi is still a stunningly spectacular island. Although the town centre caters solely for tourists and is busy with clubs, pubs and bars, there's no getting away from its sheer natural beauty. On the way, I indulge in one of my favourite fruits, the mangosteen. Our next destination is a group of islands called Koh Ha Yai, which translated means 5 islands. These 5 pinnacles jut vertically from the sea, some miles from land. It was a bit hit and miss as to whether we'd make the 20-mile journey before sundown. Normally this isn't a problem if the islands offer large sandy bays in which to anchor, but the pilot guide specifically states that there is nowhere to anchor here. So we were to pick up moorings instead. Now that we're in the transitional period, which side of the islands would be best? And would we even get there in time to find the moorings as the light faded? We did a quick recce of the eastern side of the islands and decided to head for the middle one.
So these are the 5 islands. The big one there, the sun setting, so we're losing light, and then the others here. This isn't really an overnight anchorage, so we have to be a bit careful with these mooring lines. There's nowhere to anchor, it's very deep here. So we're currently in 47 metres, and you can see how close we are to the land. So we've got Synchronicity ahead of us. They're going to take one mooring buoy, and we're going to grab another one and hope that we maintain our position, because I think if we swing on these things, we're going to be very close to these rocks.
American went ahead and took the inside buoy, whilst we took one a little further out.
That's it. Just pull in the slack as much as you can. Okay, it's got caught underneath the bow roller, the bottom bit. It's got caught underneath, so just push it down. That's it, and then bring it back to the cleat. Well done. What do you think, Millie? It's a very pretty spot, isn't it?
Oh, it's spectacular.
Hanging off a mooring so close to rock is a little unnerving, but once we'd settled in, we took in the sunset and small island next to us, known as Floating Island.
What do you think of this spot then, Liz?
It's like the Magic Kingdom. It's like we've gone into a Walt Disney cartoon. It's absolutely stunning. Never seen anything like it. And we've got these beautiful birds that I need to find out what they are, that are nesting in the cliffs here.
Night time. We're hanging off a mooring on the east side in the hope that the prevailing winds stay from the west, but during the night with Esper's bow so close to Floating Island, a storm brews. Could this change the direction of the wind and put us in danger of hitting the coral beneath or the rocks above? In the next episode, we catch a beautiful sunrise but have to sit out another squall. Maybe a change of scenery is in order? How about 20 metres underwater, where American and Jamie go for a dive, as Alicia suns herself on the shore?
Follow the boat.
Follow the boat.
Follow the boat.
Follow the boat.
Hello, we are Liz and Jamie.
And we live on a boat with a cat.
We're telling our story through video.
From the highs, look at this little piece of perfection. It's really good.
To the lows.
I'm getting pissed off because there's stuff going on over the fucking boat.
Well, what are we waiting for then?
I don't really fancy sailing out into the lightning, and it's completely solid.
Well, we're not going to go anywhere until this starter motor's sorted. We don't sugarcoat it. We let you in on all the problems and disappointments, as well as the good stuff.
So what's this Patreon all about then, Jamie?
Patreon is a place that people can go to support the kind of art that they like. It's a place where you can give your artists a pat on the back.
So if you like the stuff we make, you can support us on Patreon by pledging a small amount each time we upload a video.
And in return, you get exclusive access to footage that's only available on Patreon.
As well as postcards, photos and calendars.
Even t-shirts.
And how about a week on Esper?
And we promise we won't make you do any boat maintenance.
Here's how it works. Have a look at our Follow the Boat page on the Patreon website. Sign up and pledge an amount for each video we produce. It's a bit like leaving a tip at the end of a good meal. This can be as little as $2 a video. Each time we upload a video, Patreon does the work and your pledge is automatically sent to us. Don't worry, you can cap the amount you spend each month. So if we bring out 10 videos in 1 month and you've pledged $2 for each one, you don't have to end up with a $20 bill. You can set a monthly limit of, say, $2 or $4 or $100. That's what's so great about Patreon. It's flexible. By the way, we average 2 videos per month, sometimes more, sometimes less.
If you like what we do and feel like giving us a thumbs up, that'll be great. And we promise that we will spend the money on improving our videos.
But if this isn't for you, don't worry, because our content will continue to be free and available on our YouTube channel.
Thanks for watching the video. Fair winds.
Hope to see you soon.
Follow the boat.
Follow the boat. Follow the boat.
Follow the boat! Sweet sabat gelap ya.
防线草们的帆船。
Follow the boat.
Follow the boat.
Follow the boat.